Life is tough. The world does not owe you anything. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody cares about your dreams, your struggles, or your excuses. Why? Because it means your life is entirely in your hands. You have the power to shape your destiny to create the future you want. The sooner you realize this fundamental truth, the sooner you will start making real progress in your life. How many times have you waited for the perfect moment? How often have you blamed circumstances, other people, or bad luck for your failures? It's time to stop. It's time to take full responsibility for your life and everything in it. Success is not about what happens to you. It's about what you do with what happens to you. It's about your response to challenges, your ability to persist in the face of adversity, and your willingness to work harder than anyone else. Years ago, I met a young man named Alex. Alex had grown up in a tough neighborhood, raised by a single mother who worked 3 jobs to keep food on the table. He had every excuse to fail, every reason to give up. But Alex didn't care about excuses. He cared about results. While his friends were out partying, Alex was studying. While others complained about their circumstances, Alex was busy creating opportunities. He worked part-time jobs, saved every penny, and put himself through college. Today, Alex runs a successful tech company and employs hundreds of people. What made the difference for Alex? He understood a crucial truth. Nobody cared about his circumstances. The world wasn't going to give him a free pass because he had it tough. So instead of waiting for someone to care, he decided to care about himself. This is the mindset you need to adopt. Stop waiting for the world to recognize your potential. Stop hoping for someone to give you a chance. Create your own chances. Make your own opportunities. Every successful person you admire started exactly where you are right now. They weren't born successful. They weren't handed their achievements on a silver platter. They worked for it. They sacrificed for it. They bled for it. Take someone like Oprah Winfrey. Born into poverty, faced discrimination, and suffered abuse. Did she wait for someone to rescue her? She used her past as an excuse? No, she worked harder than everyone else. She focused on her goals with laser-like intensity, and she became one of the most influential people in the world. Or consider Steve Jobs. Dropped out of college, fired from the company he founded. Did he give up? Did he blame others for his setbacks? No. He used those experiences as fuel. He worked tirelessly to innovate, to create, to change the world. And he did. Success is not about your circumstances, it's about your mindset. It's about your willingness to work when others are resting. It's about your ability to keep going when everyone else has given up. So how do you develop this mindset? How do you cultivate this relentless drive to succeed? Let me share with you 5 key principles that will transform your life if you apply them consistently. First, take full responsibility for your life. Stop blaming others. Stop making excuses. Own your mistakes. Own your failures. Own your successes. When you take responsibility, you take control. You become the author of your own story, not just a character in someone else's. Imagine you're in a boat far out at sea. The wind is howling. The waves are crashing. You cannot control the weather. You cannot control the sea, but you can control your actions. You can adjust your sails. You can steer your ship. That's what taking responsibility means. It means focusing on what you can control, not what you cannot. Second, set clear, specific goals. Vague wishes won't cut it. You need crystal clear objectives. Write them down, make them measurable, set deadlines. A goal without a deadline is just a dream, and dreams do not pay the bills. If you were going on a road trip, you wouldn't just start driving without a destination in mind, would you? Of course not. You'd decide where you want to go, map out your route, and set a timeline for your journey. Your life should be no different. Want to start a business? Great. By when? How much capital do you need? What specific steps will you take to get there? Want to lose weight? Excellent. How many pounds? By what date? What exact changes will you make to your diet and exercise routine? The more specific your goals, the more real they become. The more real they become, the harder you will work to achieve them. Third, develop a voracious appetite for learning. In today's world, knowledge is power. The more you know, the more valuable you become. Read books, take courses, attend seminars, seek out mentors, never stop learning. Think about your mind like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. The more knowledge you acquire, the more connections you can make. The more connections you can make, the more innovative and valuable your ideas become. Did you know that the average CEO reads 60 books a year? That's more than 1 book a week. They understand that knowledge is the key to staying ahead in a rapidly changing world. If you're not reading, you're falling behind. Fourth, embrace discomfort. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. If you want to achieve extraordinary results, you need to be willing to do what ordinary people won't. That means pushing yourself. That means facing your fears. That means doing the hard things, especially when you do not feel like it. Remember, every time you choose comfort over growth, you're choosing mediocrity over excellence. Every time you hit the snooze button instead of hitting the gym, you're telling yourself that your dreams aren't worth the effort. Successful people do not do what's easy. They do what's necessary. They understand that temporary discomfort leads to long-term satisfaction. They are willing to sacrifice the pleasure of the moment for the joy of a better future. Fifth, and perhaps most importantly, persist. Success is not about never falling. It's about getting up one more time than you fall. It's about having the grit to keep going when everyone else has given up. History is filled with stories of people who succeeded simply because they refused to quit. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before he successfully created the light bulb. Colonel Sanders was rejected 1009 times before someone finally accepted his chicken recipe. J.K. Rowling was turned down by 12 different publishers before Harry Potter was finally accepted. These people didn't succeed because they were smarter or more talented than everyone else. They succeeded because they were more persistent. They understood that failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of success. In today's world, focus is a superpower. We're bombarded with distractions every second of every day. Social media, emails, text messages, notifications. It's a wonder we get anything done at all. Your ability to focus will determine your success more than almost any other factor. The most successful people in the world have mastered the art of deep focus. They can shut out the noise and concentrate intensely on the task at hand. How do you develop this skill? Start small. Set aside 30 minutes each day for focused work. No phone, no email, no distractions, just you and your most important task. As you get better, increase the time. Soon, you will be able to focus for hours at a time. Remember, where focus goes, energy flows. When you learn to direct your focus, you will be amazed at what you can accomplish. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown. These fears can paralyze you, keeping you stuck in a life of mediocrity. It's often a sign that you're on the right track. If your goals do not scare you a little, they are probably not big enough. The key is to feel the fear and do it anyway. On the other side of your fear is everything you want. Your dreams, your goals, your ideal life, they're all waiting for you. But to reach them, you have to push through the fear. How do you do this? By taking action. Action cures fear. The more you do the things you're afraid of, the less power they have over you. Start small if you need to. But take that first step. Then the next, and the next. Remember, courage is not the absence of fear. It's the ability to act in spite of fear. Develop your courage muscle by facing your fears head on every single day. Your habits shape your life more than you might realize. They are the invisible architecture of your daily existence. And the beautiful thing about habits is that once they are established, they operate on autopilot. Want to be successful? Develop successful habits. Wake up early, exercise regularly, read daily, plan your day. These might seem like small things, but over time they compound. They create exponential results. If you improve just 1% each day, after a year, you will be 37 times better. That's the power of habits. They create slow, steady progress that adds up to massive changes over time. Developing good habits is not easy. It takes discipline. It takes consistency. It takes willpower. But remember, the pain of discipline weighs ounces, while the pain of regret weighs tons. So start small. Choose one habit you want to develop. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier. Maybe it's reading for 15 minutes before bed. Whatever it is, commit to it for 30 days. No excuses. No days off. After 30 days, it will start to become automatic. The importance of your environment. You have probably heard the saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. There's a lot of truth to this. Your environment shapes you more than you might realize. The people you surround yourself with, the books you read, the media you consume, all of these influence your thoughts, your beliefs, and ultimately your actions. So take a hard look at your environment. Is it supporting your goals, or is it holding you back? Are the people in your life encouraging you to grow, or are they keeping you stuck? If you want to be successful, you need to create an environment that supports your success. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, who push you to be better. Read books that expand your mind. Listen to podcasts that motivate you. Watch documentaries that educate you. Remember, your mind is like a garden. You need to tend it carefully. Pull out the weeds of negativity and self-doubt. Plant the seeds of positivity and self-belief. Water them with knowledge and inspiration. Over time, you will create a lush, vibrant garden of success. Many people are paralyzed by fear of failure. They are so afraid of making mistakes that they never take action. But here's the truth. Failure is not your enemy. It's your teacher. It's your guide. It's the stepping stone to success. Every failure contains a lesson. Every setback holds an opportunity for growth. The key is to develop a growth mindset. See failures not as indictments of your worth, but as valuable data points on your journey to success. Thomas Edison once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This is the mindset you need to cultivate. Embrace failure, learn from it, use it as fuel to drive you forward. The only real failure is giving up. As long as you keep going, as long as you keep learning and growing, you haven't failed. You're just finding your way to success. Self-discipline. Self-discipline is the ability to make yourself do what you should do when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. It's the foundation of all achievement. Every goal you have, every dream you aspire to, requires sustained effort over time. It requires you to do things you do not always want to do, to push through discomfort, to delay gratification. This is where self-discipline comes in. Self-discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Start small. Make your bed every morning. Stick to a regular sleep schedule. Follow through on your commitments, no matter how small. These small acts of discipline add up over time, creating a foundation of self-control that will serve you in all areas of life. Self-discipline is self-love. When you have the discipline to do what's best for you in the long term, rather than what feels good in the moment, you're showing yourself the highest form of respect. Time is your most precious resource. You can always make more money, but you can never make more time. How you use your time will determine the quality of your life and the level of your success. Successful people are masters of their time. They do not let time control them. They control their time. They understand that every minute is an opportunity and they make the most of each one. Start by auditing your time. For 1 week, track how you spend every hour of your day. You will likely be shocked at how much time you waste on unproductive activities. Once you have this data, start making changes. Eliminate time wasters. Prioritize your most important tasks. Learn to say no to activities that do not align with your goals. Remember the 80-20 rule. 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. Identify that crucial 20% and focus your time and energy there. Delegate or eliminate the rest. Health and wellness. Your body is the vehicle through which you experience life and pursue your goals. If your vehicle is broken down, you won't get very far. Successful people understand the importance of taking care of their health. They eat nutritious food. They exercise regularly. They get enough sleep. They manage their stress. They understand that their physical health directly impacts their mental clarity, emotional stability, and overall productivity. Make your health a priority. It's not selfish. It's necessary. You cannot pour from an empty cup. By taking care of your health, you're ensuring that you have the energy and vitality to pursue your goals and make a positive impact in the world. Your mind does not know the difference between a vividly imagined event and a real one. By regularly visualizing your goals as already achieved, you're programming your subconscious mind for success. Spend time each day visualizing your ideal future. See yourself achieving your goals. Feel the emotions of success. Engage all your senses in this visualization. The more real you can make it in your mind, the more likely you are to achieve it in reality. This is not just feel-good nonsense. Olympic athletes use visualization techniques to improve their performance. Business leaders use it to prepare for important presentations. It's a powerful tool that can significantly enhance your chances of success. The importance of taking massive action. Knowledge is power, but only when it's applied. You can read all the self-help books in the world, attend every seminar, listen to every podcast. But if you do not take action, nothing will change. Success loves speed. When you have an idea, act on it immediately. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Do not wait until you feel ready. The truth is, you will never feel 100 ready. Start before you're ready. Take imperfect action. You can course correct along the way. Remember, it's easier to steer a moving car than a stationary one. Get moving, and you can adjust your direction as you go. Persistence is the quality that allows someone to continue in a course of action despite difficulty or opposition. It's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. History is filled with examples of people who succeeded simply because they refused to give up. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination and having no original ideas. He went on to create one of the most successful entertainment companies in the world. Stephen King's first novel, Carrie, was rejected 30 times before it was published. Today, he's one of the best-selling authors of all time. These people didn't succeed because they were more talented than everyone else. They succeeded because they were more persistent. They understood that success is not about never falling. It's about getting up one more time than you fall. Develop a no matter what attitude. Decide in advance that you will persist until you succeed, no matter what obstacles you face, no matter how many times you fail. This decision made in advance will carry you through the tough times. Continuous improvement. The world is changing at an unprecedented rate. What worked yesterday might not work tomorrow. To stay ahead, you need to be constantly learning, constantly growing, constantly improving. Adopt a mindset of Kaizen, continuous improvement. Every day, strive to be a little bit better than you were yesterday. Every day, strive to be a little bit better than you were yesterday. This simple philosophy, when applied consistently, can lead to extraordinary results over time. It's not about making massive changes overnight, but rather about making small incremental improvements day after day. Think about it like compound interest for your personal growth. Just as a small amount of money can grow into a fortune over time, through the power of compound interest, small daily improvements can accumulate into significant personal and professional growth. Start by identifying areas in your life where you want to improve. Maybe it's your health, your relationships, your career, or your personal skills. Choose one area to focus on each day. Ask yourself, what's one small thing I can do today to improve in this area? Perhaps it's reading an extra page of a book to expand your knowledge. Maybe it's doing one more push-up than you did yesterday to improve your physical fitness. It could be making one more sales call to grow your business, or spending an extra 5 minutes practicing a new language. These improvements might seem insignificant in the moment. You might be tempted to dismiss them as too small to matter. But remember, success is not about making one big leap. It's about taking many small steps consistently over time. The example of the airplane. When a plane takes off, it only needs to adjust its course by a few degrees to end up in a completely different destination. Similarly, small daily adjustments in your habits and actions can lead you to a vastly different life over time. The beauty of this approach is that it's sustainable. You're not trying to revolutionize your life overnight. You're not setting yourself up for burnout or disappointment. You're simply committing to being a little bit better each day. This mindset also helps you overcome the perfection paralysis that stops many people from making progress. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to be better than you were yesterday. This takes the pressure off and allows you to focus on progress rather than perfection. Moreover, this approach builds momentum. As you start to see small improvements, you will be motivated to keep going. Success breeds success. The more you improve, the more you will want to improve. Every expert was once a beginner. Every successful person started somewhere. They didn't become successful overnight. They got there through consistent daily effort. They committed to being a little bit better each day. This principle applies to all areas of life. If you're an entrepreneur, focus on making your product a little bit better each day. If you're a writer, aim to write a few more words than you did yesterday. If you're a parent, strive to be a little more patient, a little more present each day. The key is consistency. It's better to make a small improvement every day than to make a big improvement once in a while. The former leads to lasting change and sustainable growth. The latter often leads to burnout and disappointment. Think of it like watering a plant. You wouldn't dump a whole bucket of water on a plant once a month and expect it to thrive. Instead, you give it a little water each day. This consistent care allows the plant to grow strong and healthy. Your personal growth works the same way. This approach also helps you develop resilience. On days when you face setbacks or challenges, you can still find small ways to improve. Maybe you didn't achieve your main goal for the day, but you can still read a page of a book, do a quick workout, or learn a new word in a foreign language. This keeps you moving forward even in the face of adversity. Moreover, focusing on daily improvement helps you stay present and engaged in your life. Instead of always looking ahead to some distant goal, you're focused on what you can do right now, today, to be better. This mindset can significantly increase your day-to-day happiness and satisfaction. It's important to note that being better does not always mean doing more. Sometimes it means doing less of something negative. Maybe being better today means complaining less, procrastinating less, or spending less time on unproductive activities. Improvement can come from subtraction as well as addition. It's crucial to track your progress. Keep a journal or use an app to record your daily improvements. This serves two purposes. First, it keeps you accountable. Second, it allows you to look back and see how far you have come. When you're in the day-to-day grind, it's easy to lose sight of your overall progress. Regular reflection helps you see the bigger picture. Remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. There will be days when you do not improve. There will be setbacks. That's okay. What matters is that you get back on track the next day. Do not let a bad day turn into a bad week, a bad month, or a bad year. This mindset of continuous improvement extends beyond personal development. It's a principle that can be applied to businesses, relationships, and communities. Imagine if every business strived to serve its customers a little better each day. Imagine if every relationship involved both parties trying to be a little kinder, a little more understanding each day. Imagine if every community member tried to contribute a little more each day. The cumulative effect would be transformative. In essence, committing to daily improvement is about taking control of your life. It's about being proactive rather than reactive. Instead of waiting for success to happen to you, you're making it happen one small step at a time. It's also about developing a growth mindset. When you commit to daily improvement, you're acknowledging that you can change, that you can get better. This belief in your ability to grow and improve is incredibly powerful. It opens up a world of possibilities. As you go about your day-to-day, ask yourself, how can I be a little bit better than I was yesterday? Then take action no matter how small. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Your journey to success, to becoming the best version of yourself, begins with a single small improvement. Make that improvement today, and then again tomorrow, and the day after that. Before you know it, you will have traveled further than you ever thought possible.